I used to think marriage was built on forgiveness. Sarah always told me, no one's perfect, Ethan. Love means choosing each other. I believed her every time. I believed every word she said even when her eyes stopped matching her voice. It began quietly. Late nights at work, her phone always face down, laughter that no longer included me. I told myself she was tired, that I was imagining things. Love has a cruel way of teaching you to doubt yourself before you doubt them. One Friday, she came home wearing the perfume I'd bought her for our anniversary. But it smelled stronger, fresher, like it wasn't for me. She was humming, a little tipsy, her lipstick slightly smeared. When I joked about her night, she just smirked and said, "Just drinks with coworkers. You worry too much." Something about her tone felt practiced. I laughed it off, but my chest ached with a quiet panic I couldn't shake. The next morning, while making coffee, her phone buzzed on the counter. A message flashed before the screen locked. Last night was worth every risk. My hand froze mid-pour. The sound of dripping coffee felt deafening in the silence. When I asked her about it, she didn't deny it. She just sighed, irritated, and said, "Ethan, it was just a one-night thing. Harmless." It didn't mean anything. That word, harmless, hit me like a hammer. I stared at her, the woman I had built my life around, and she laughed. "You're acting like I killed someone," she said, rolling her eyes. In that moment, something inside me went quiet. Not rage, not tears, just silence. The kind that rewrites everything. I didn't yell. I didn't throw a thing. I only said, "You're right. Maybe I am overreacting." That night, I lay beside her one last time, pretending things were normal. I kissed her forehead before turning off the light. She smiled, thinking it was all okay again. The next morning, instead of going to work, I went to the bank. I'd always handled our finances, bills, mortgage, savings. She never paid attention. By noon, most of our shared savings were in a new account under my name. All legal. All clean. Over the next few days, I acted the part, cooking dinner, chatting, even making her laugh. She thought everything was fine. I let her believe that. A week later, on Friday, I left work early, bought her favorite flowers, and texted her, "Let's have dinner tonight." Her reply came fast. "Finally. I knew you'd get over it." The table was set with candles. She smiled easily, talking about weekend plans. I poured her wine, listening like always. She didn't know I had already spoken to a lawyer that morning or that the papers were filed. Midway through dinner, I handed her an envelope. She frowned. "What's this?" "Just something harmless," I said. Inside were copies of her messages, photos, and proof of the financial transfers. Every dollar she thought we still shared was now safely out of reach. She went pale. "Ethan, what is this?" "You said it was just one night," I replied calmly. "I'm treating this the same way. One choice. Harmless. And now it's over." Tears filled her eyes. She began to beg. "Please, we can fix this." But I didn't feel anger anymore, only peace. "You laughed," I said quietly. "Do you still think it's harmless?" She didn't answer. Her hands shook over the papers. I stood, looked at her one last time, and walked out. No slammed doors, no shouting. Just silence. The silence behind me was louder than any goodbye. That weekend, she called non-stop. Dozens of missed calls, endless messages. I didn't respond. Her last text read, "Please, Ethan. I made a mistake. But some mistakes rewrite everything." 3 weeks later, a friend told me she'd moved out and was staying with her sister. I didn't feel satisfaction, only relief. I realized something then. Revenge isn't about making them hurt. It's about reclaiming your peace. Months passed. I started running again, picked up photography, even traveled alone. Freedom stopped feeling like revenge, it felt like clarity. One evening, standing on a beach in Oregon, I watched the sunset. My phone buzzed, a message from Sarah. "I miss you. I ruined everything." I typed a reply, then deleted it. Some stories don't need an ending. They just need silence. I turned off my phone and kept watching the waves, soft, Endless. The way love once was. Beautiful. Until it broke. That's when I finally understood. Betrayal doesn't destroy you. It shows you who they are, and who you're meant to become without them. Maybe that isn't revenge. Maybe it's redemption.